I have opted to switch my streaming schedule because Saturday nights are prime time to play on my main and do new content like Ishgardian Restoration and running dungeons and stuff like that, and I didn't like having to choose. And I figure Saturday nights, Eastern time, are probably prime time for a lot of channels as well. So Sunday morning seems a bit more relaxed to just do any sort of variety streaming I care to do. And whether that's Final Fantasy or House Flipper or anything else I feel like doing, I'm going to try to see if I can at least just commit to a Sunday morning variety stream. We'll see how that goes. So, I do not have a last time, because I think what we did last time was pretty short. I think we just did the Gridania story. Um, so we went and dealt with the priest of the Lambs of Dalamud in Timtara Deepcroft. One of my favorite dungeons, especially a low-level dungeon. It's a great dungeon. It's a great dungeon to run unsynced at level cap because it goes super fast. And there's only really one, actual boss. The bosses throughout it are nice and short and doable. So, but apparently I have approached an achievement. And, I don't care. But now it looks like we're off to Thanalin to wrap up their opening storyline, which will be Copperbell Mines, I can tell from the title, which is another favorite early. It's like Sasash is the only introductory dungeon where it's like, oh god, it's kind of a grind. Copperbell's not that bad because the boss mechanics are quite interesting. And Tamtara is a nice easy run. Sasash is just like, giant room, lots of mobs. So, let us then continue on our way and go back into the quicksand of Zalera and be happy it's not the quicksand of Belmont. And during loading screens, I'm going to try to update my Ishgardian Restoration notebook here for later. Hi, Momodi. The petitioner ought to be arriving any moment now. Gods almighty, another second under that sun, and I would have been set afire. A tankard of ale, if you would be so kind. I know he is a primary character in the Ul'dah opening. Excellent timing, Papashan. It just so happens the adventurer who'll be handling your petition is here. So this is the strapping young lad. So this strapping young lad is the much-lauded adventurer, is he? Marvelous, marvelous. A pleasure to make your acquaintance, good sir. I am Papashan, formerly of the Sultan's Horn. I thank you for agreeing to lend us your aid. Mayhap you'd like to appraise Gale of his mission. Yes, of course. The petition in question was submitted by an acquaintance of mine at Imogen & Sons Mineral Concern. It relates to an unfortunate development at Copperbell Mines. To be plain, giants have seized control of the place. These giants are of the clan known as the... I've played this so many times and I've never attempted to pronounce this. Hecatoncheres. Fearsome creatures who were sealed within the deepest depths of the mine during the bygone Thorn dynasty. Alas, it seems they have managed to break through the layer of rock which served to imprison them and now prowl the tunnels where the miners ply their trade. The creatures are justifiably angry about their treatment at the hands of our ancestors, and their presence has forced the suspension of all mining activities on the site. It's no wonder they're angry. Didn't the Thorn dynasty come to an end over 300 years ago? You know your history well, milady. The people of that age used the Hecaton shares to work their mines. By way of enchanted helms, they were able to bind the ferocious creatures to their will. But as is often the way in such tales, these enchantments eventually failed, and the slaves rose up against their masters. In a desperate bid to contain the unbridled fury of the Hecaton shares, our ancestors induced the collapse of the mine's lowermost levels. So it was that the great giant revolt was ended, buried beneath 100,000 tons of rock. Well now, that's got me thinking. I seem to recall there being an article about Copperbell and the Mithril Eye a fortnight or so ago. It said the mines were being reopened as to meet the rising demand for building materials. Like as not, our boys dug a bit too deep and freed the giants. Gods, to think the poor creatures are still alive and kicking after 3 centuries. That's a long time to nurse a grudge. They must be seething. Indeed, and that makes them a danger to us all. There will be no mining at Copperbell so long as they remain. For the sake of both peace and prosperity, they must be subdued. This is the task which we would have you undertake. I'll not deny that the mission will be rife with danger, but our need is great, and so I beg you, put an end to this sorry business. God bless you. I feared you might have reservations, but I assured you it is for the best. In case you don't know, Copperbell Mines is in western Thanalin. Do take care, you hear? And one last thingy before you depart. An employee of Imogen & Sons is presently at the quicksand. The fellow's name is Painted Mesa, and he knows Copperbell Mines well. It may behoove you to seek his counsel. Oh. Looking for a Painted Mesa? You found him. So you're the adventurer who's volunteered to deal with the mess down in Copperbell, are you? You've got guts, mate. I just hope you've got skills to go with them, 'cause things ain't pretty down there. The Hecaton shares left the place in a right state, and nary a week after minin' resumed. I don't know if you know this, but Copperbell was old when the Second Uld Dynasty was still young, and it was abandoned centuries ago. If it hadn't been for the shortage of minerals needed for the rebuilding effort, the concern would never have thought to reopen it. We knew full well about the giants beforehand, but the project went ahead anyway. I mean, nothing could possibly survive being buried under a mountain's worth of rock for 3 centuries, right? Wrong. Our miners dug up more than they bargained for. One swing of the pickaxe too many, and they found themselves in the company of giants. Unless we can subdue them, the nation's glorious recovery will grind to a halt for want of aught to build with. The stone torches are keeping watch over the entrance in case the giants fancy some sunlight and fresh air. One of them will be able to show you the way in. The hope of the nation's resting on you. Best of luck. Alright. Off to Western Thanalin. Oh, but... Oh, that's the event. We're not going to do the event. We're sticking with MSQ. And I'm not unlocking Gold Saucer, because I can actually go there anyway. And we're not going to unlock Samurai, because we don't need to. But I might stop and talk to some random NPCs. I had no idea that the Platinum Mirage was such an exclusive establishment. That they can afford to turn away some wealthy individuals like myself speaks volumes. It's probably for the best, though. An old acquaintance of mine lost everything in the gambling halls. Last I heard, she had run afoul of some dangerous people. Or was it that she had fallen in with them? I can't seem to recall. Can't say I much care for the ridiculous uniforms those blokes over at the Hall of Flames have to wear. If you fancy sporting the same blue duds, though, you could always enlist. The Immortal Flames take everyone, even foreigners. Did you ever wonder why the Pugilist Guild is found next to the Platinum Mirage? The casino hires the members to watch over the elite clientele. But not to keep them. No, they are there to see that it is... But no, they are there to see to it that the wealthy patrons do not cheat the house. Did you hear? My beloved Franz is fighting today. I can't wait to see him carve that overgrown oaf into bloody chunks. This is the gate of the Sultana. It was erected to commemorate the ascension of Her Majesty Nanamo Ulnamo to the throne. Ulda's future is bright indeed, as long as it is under her rule. Where am I going? Oh, not far. Oh wait, no. That's an unlock. Oh, to the goblet. And that's where Copperbell is. I knew that that's where Copperbell was. This is a level 17 quest. Alright, I guess we'll hop down to the Silver Bazaar first and do those side quests. And then go up to Horizon and do those side quests along with unlock that one. And then we'll head into there. I want to mount. But it's okay, this is good overworld music. Hello, Mr. Brassblade. Careful, have you not heard the expression, an aurochs and scorpion crossing? This is the hub of trade in these parts, and any baubles you break may cost you dear. Bull in a china shop. Have you heard the news about the goblet? All the quality land, so desperately coveted, is being auctioned off to bidders, regardless of their origins. Even adventurers have the right to participate. Just imagine, the entire area could be owned by wealthy foreign... beg your pardon, sir. It isn't that I dislike adventurers, far from it. But when you consider that Ulda is still struggling to accommodate countless refugees, the idea that this land is being sold for profit is not surprising whatsoever, come to think of it. I think I hear my cats fighting. Still, the least they could do is give preferential treatment to hardworking Uldans like me. I've been saving for years, just waiting for an opportunity like this to come up. Say, you wouldn't happen to be curious as well, would you? About the goblet. My hands are full here, but if you've a moment to head that way and look into this auction business on my behalf, I'd be ever so grateful. There's bound to be an Immortal Flames representative at the gates, or in the goblet, who can explain what's going on. This wouldn't happen without General Raban's approval, of that much I'm sure. Alright, let's do these. Low level, if you started in Thanalan, these would have been your opening level side quest. So we'll play them up. You there, yes you. You're an adventurer, are you not? Yeah, we were just talking. You travel about Eorza, slaying beasts and finding treasure, that sort of thing? I've need of help. I must travel to Horizon where my cargo awaits, but my chocobo slugger won't move an ilm. I tried to have a closer look, but I saw a vile pair of antennae protruding from his feathers and lost my nerve. I love Slugger with all my heart, but bugs I cannot do. I fear he may have a parasite ladybug that's gorging itself on his blood. Check him for me, would you? And if you find a ladybug dug in him somewhere, kill the damn thing. Clay! Dead. Clay! Slugger says thank you, and you've my thanks as well. I'm sure as sunup it was a parasite ladybug. I was sure as sunup that it was a parasite ladybug. Must have latched itself on somewhere along the road, but how the bloody thing managed to stay concealed at that size is a complete mystery. In fact, I'm not even going to question it. I'd just like to move on and put this all behind me. If we don't keep our chocobos healthy, cargo won't be able to move over land. We owe these birds a great debt. I wish more folks would see that. No, my gear's good. What level jewelry do I have? 5? Do you have jewelry you'll sell me? No, you don't have gear. But what can I sell? Yeah, I'll sell once I fill up. Okay. Gale is not something I'm wanting at this moment. Let's just explore. Immerse ourselves. Enjoy the view. My administrative duties require my undivided attention. Do not trouble me unless we have business to discuss. Ooh, battle gear. Do you have any jewelry? No. You've time to spare, don't you? Make yourself useful and help me find my missing crates. The manifest clearly states that 3 crates bound for East Aldernard Trading Company were included in the latest shipment from Vesper Bay, but I can't seem to find the bloody things. They ought to be around here somewhere, but I can't waste any more time looking. If you find the crates, bring them to me. No, 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 this can't be happening. There's no time to send for more and no. You there! Please, you must help me. Go kill as many cactuars as you must to gather 4 bottles of their blood. I don't care if you have to hunt the little green bastards to extinction. Please, there's no time to explain. Just know that my very life hangs in the balance. For the love of gods, hurry, man! Alright, you know what? I'm gonna guess some of those boxes might be where I was just exploring. Yep. East Aldernod Trading Company box number 1. East Aldernod Trading Company box number 2. East Aldernod Trading Company box number 3. Did you find my crates? You bet by golly I did! Great job, friend. These will make the next wagon thanks to you. The shipments never stop coming, day in and day out. Just keeping track of everything is enough to give me migraines. Business is good, true, but what use is money if you haven't the time to spend it? And I haven't downed a pint with friends in weeks. Boxes, crates, barrels, lifting, moving, stacking. There is no end to it. I'm so tired. Very tired. Say, friend, do a hard-working stranger a kindness, would you? See this letter safe to Kiki Poo at the Silver Bazaar. I knew somebody was going to take me there. I'd call on her myself, but I haven't the time, and I doubt these weary legs could carry me there even if I did. I'd like to send her something nice along with it. Could I trouble you to scrouge up, say, 5 hammerbeak tail feathers? Gods know you can find the beast around here easy enough. Kikipu is a dear old friend. She's called the Silver Bazaar home for far too long. There's been ill rumors of the place of late. I'd just like to make sure she's well is all. Alright, let's go kill some stuff and head down towards Silver Bazaar. Let's turn this in and make sure you don't have more to do, and are going to also send me down to Silver Bazaar. And make the mistake we did in Western Lenosha. Go do all the Skull Valley stuff, and then find the one that sent us down to Skull Valley. Have you brought the Cactuar blood? All 4 bottles? Show me. Phew, you've saved my hide, friend. Just stopped to give my cargo a check on the way to Ul'dah and saw that all my bottles of Rod's at Han's skin tonic were as empty as Garlean promise. Looks as though the lid shook off in transit and the whole load spilled right out, but I refused to have it said that Gutman failed to make good on a delivery. Cactuar blood is supposed to help keep the skin supple. I'll just use what you brought to fill the empty bottles, and all those lovely Ul'dah ladies will be none the wiser. Oh, don't worry about getting found out. Rod's at Han's skin tonic is still a rare find, all the more so this far south. I'd venture none in Ul'dah would even know it from an ampule of their own piss. Lovely. Okay, you are done. Let's actually run back up here and clear the goblet one. And tell the fine lady that she can't buy a house there because it's only for adventurers. And in fact, it's only for really, really lucky and privileged adventurers with lots of patience and good RNG. Heard about the auctions, have you? You're not the first to approach me this morn. Aye, 'tis true. In an effort to encourage immigration to our great nation, all lands within the goblet are to be set aside for adventurers like yourself. Tragic, some might say, that only adventurers will be permitted to settle within its wards, but such decisions were made by men wiser than I. A beautiful place, the Goblet, a man-made oasis, built atop a towering but why bother explaining when you can see it for yourself? Just head through these gates and follow the road. If you wish to know more about the Goblet, speak with the recruit station just past the entrance. He will be happy to assist you. Go in, blah 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 blah. Journey to the Goblet. Let's see, is anything factually for sale? Not that I can buy anything here. At least not on Gale. Ooh, one's open. Two are open. Two available wards in the Goblet on Zalera. Greetings, adventurer, and welcome to the Goblet. Beg your pardon? An old dog woman asked you to learn more about the auctions? No, dear. As you may have heard, these plots are reserved exclusively for adventurers. Since your friend is an Ul'dan citizen, she is ineligible to participate. Should you yourself has a mind to purchase a plot, please speak with the resident caretaker. He can guide you through the process. Sorry, lady. You can't have one. Do I have a minion? Oh, we're gonna change my minion. New day, new stream, new minion. Hi, Goblin! Okay, the fact that I, in this character model, am being followed by that makes me very happy. Which is why I'm doing this. Wahaha. You've returned. Tell me, what have you learned of the auctions? What do you mean it's reserved exclusively for adventurers? I mean, sure, times are tough and every nation is scrambling to attract formidable fighters. But what about my needs? What about my 40 acres and a chocobo? Bah, it's just not fair. This isn't colonial America. Okay, let's go kill some hammer beaks and head down to the Silver Bazaar. Not on a chocobo. One. Two. Three. 4. 5. Up in Upper Lenosa. But we haven't had to go to Upper Lenosa yet. We're not gonna do a Fate. Because we don't need to get XPs from Fate. We're doing, what, level 17 quests, and we're already level 29. XP, especially since I'm doing all the side quests, XP is not gonna be a problem. Let's meet the people of the Silver Bazaar, shall we? My associate and I want only to help rebuild and restore the Silver Bazaar to her former glory. Unfortunately, several of the local residents continue to refuse our generous offers to purchase their property. Well, yeah, it's my home, man. Or it's their home. Hi, Kiki Poo. Well, what is it then? Come to try and scare me and these poor folk off our land again? Go on, do your worst. I'll not budge one step from this spot. hammerbeak tail feathers and a leather? Dear gods, it's from Oswell. Have you seen him? Is he well? Dearest Kiki-Poo, it's been too long since I wrote you last. How have you fared since? As ever, I'm a slave to my trade, and sadly, it hasn't seen fit to take me to or through the Silver Bazaar in some years. I've heard it told that the scum of Ul'dah have set their sights on your Silver Bazaar. It seems beyond saving. Really, how long do you mean to linger in that horrid hovel? Remember, some birds just aren't meant to be caged. Spread your wings and soar once more, Kiki-Poo. Spread my wings and soar? By the gods, this is by far the most ridiculous letter I've ever read. And hammerbeak tail feathers? The dolt does realize he sent the feathers of a flightless bird, doesn't he? Well, Oswald can go bugger himself. I've no intentions of stepping one ilm from this hovel, much less soaring from it. It's my hovel, and I love it. You have a warm face for an outsider, not like those other curs loitering about the bazaar. Surely you have seen the hammers to the east of here, or at least heard them. Well, few of our workers have decided to drop in on us for a little rest and relaxation. But they're no workers. They're nothing but hired muscle sent to threaten the people of the bazaar and harass our shops. It's not the first time. But I dare say a formidable lad such as yourself just might be able to scare them off with some strongly worded doubts. What say you? Ah, emote quests. The fish aren't biting today, but there's always tomorrow. Aye, there's always tomorrows. Now, let me turn my camera. Hey there, friend. I've a sure way into some easy gill if you're interested. It won't even require you to break a sweat. Well, not much of one. All you need to do is slay enough rusty cauldrons to gather 4 bottles of coblin grease, and then deliver them to a hewer by the name of Alderod at the Hammers. Once he has the grease, he can use it to help the hammers running. It couldn't be more simple. I'm surrounded by fools here. They detest the hammers and the new way of life they symbolize. They care only for the successes of the past, but it blinds them to the opportunities of the present. Change isn't coming, friends. It's already here. I call the Silver Bazaar home for now, but I have no lingering affection for the place. I go wherever there is gill to be got. You don't want trouble with me, boy. Piss off. Uh-huh. Your ears working? I said piss off. Enough already. I'm leaving, but tell that bloody Kickapoo this is the end of nothing, you hear? Nothing. Hi, Moogle. Sitting around picking on poor folk. Easiest bloody gill I ever made. And the funnest. Jerk. Persistent little batcher, ain't ya? Fine, I'm on my way. But tell that Kiki-Poo this ain't over. And you? My business is my own. Now get out of sight before I put you out of it. Bah, I was just about to leave anyway, so don't go thinking you had any part in it. What do you sell? Nothing level, I know. We'll climb up here, see what's up here. Nothing's up here, just a nice view of the ocean. Just a nice view of the ocean. Head down to the docks. That almost looked like a Moogle. Please, you must help me. It's my father. Well, he isn't dying or anything. He's a fisherman by trade, you see, but he broke his only compass. He hasn't been able to put out to sea in weeks. The compass is very special. It was crafted by the goldsmiths of Eshtame's lapidaries. Repairing it will require many chunks of magnetite. Such stones can be found near the lighthouse, but the search is not without its dangers. The area is rife with earth sprites drawn to the magnetism. I'm a lowly fisherman's son. I have no arm for fighting, nor the stomach. 3 chunks of magnetite would serve to mend the compass. Once you find them, please take them to my father, Galfredus. I talked to him already. No doubt he'll be dawdling about the bazaar, as always. Where do you take me to? Crescent Cove. Nope. You can talk to me all day if you like. Short of a Garlean legion marching up through the gate, I won't be getting up anytime soon. We'll see about that. You Silver Bazaar folk are as annoying as hell, I'll give you that. Bugger this job. I'm off to find some peace and quiet. There we go. Oh. Are they gone then? All of them? Well, there's a relief. Serves them right for trying to scare honest folk from their homes so their masters can buy them out. The hammers were built to pound the ground here into solid foundation. The plan is to turn these tracks into manors and manses for Thanalin's wealthy. The same fate awaits Silver Bazaar. Since the value of the land is set to rise, small wonder some opportunist is trying to drive us all here so he can have it all to himself. The Silver Bazaar may not be what she used to be. Aye, more people leave now than come, and aye, more shops close than open. But it's my home, and I don't mean to be chased off by some bloody gillionaire craven who sends common thugs to do his dirty work. Alright. Let's go do these chores, kill some goblins, get some minerals. Dot activate this fate. Supposed to climb up there? What is it? Can't you see I'm busy cleaning the sand clogs from these hammers? Gods, I'd kill for a few bottles of coblin grease right now. Oh, you mean like these? Coblin grease? Fafafono must have sent you. Thank the gods for both of you. Before long, these tracks will be covered with the estates of Ul'dan elite, but the ground is still too loose to build upon. These hammers are pounding to make a solid foundation. Once that's done, then you'll see the structure start to rise. The building was planned to stretch even farther, to the heart of Silver Bazaar even, but it seems the powers that be are being met with some local resistance. I hear some last name Kikipu holds the rights to the bulk of the land there. Stubborn to a fault, that one. Bloody thorn in the side. The other side of that wall. Can I jump? Woo! I can jump. You know, I should probably put that. No, bluff. Let's see. I am not a new adventurer. I mean, I am, but... Yeah, you can fix your compass now. Don't waste your time, mate. Bloody compass done broke on me. I'll not be fishing this day, nor the next, more than like. What if I gave you some of these? Magnetite? Danielle asked that of ye, did he? So, Dad's to fix up the old compass and put back out to sea, is he? Catch a nice haul of fat fish, I've a vessel what's barely seaworthy and scarce big enough for me alone. I've no crew, no hands to help at the haul, all bloody day at sea, bustin' me arse gets me a few gill at best. God's days ain't what they were. Time was you could scarce count the ships what used to make the berth here. There weren't no empty coin purse or stomach in all the bazaar. Small ships ain't got no place at sea no more. Everywhere I go, I'm in the shadow or wake of some monstrous trawler or signer. The old ways are done. Well, fishermen done lost our way. I ain't no fisherman no more, nor much of a father, I suppose. Just a broken man with a broken compass and broken dreams. Well, that's depressing. I appreciate you what did, friend, bringing me magnetite. Gave it some more thought, I did, putting back out to sea and all. But even with me compass fixed, still ain't got me luck or copper lures. Was waylaid by some goblin muggers a few weeks back, just north and east of here. Thievin' bastards made off with me lures, dozens all told. Must be you felled some earth sprites to get at the magnetite chunks, am I right? If so, I reckon you could put down a few goblins and bring me back the lures. Suppose I could make do with just 2 of them. Couple of copper ones should serve for now. You up for helping put a broken life back together? Those goddamn haulers, who do they think they are? I paid good coin to... oh, you there. You're one of those task-seeking adventurer types, are you not? Some wares I ordered from an Ul'dan merchant arrived, but these bloody worthless haulers just dropped them outside the gate and left. Ain't obliged to bring 'em no further, the lazy bastard said. Gate to the bazaar's still a bazaar. Order ain't said nothin' about no home delivery. Gall. There are 3 pieces in all. Would you be so good as to bring them to me? Where are these goblins? Oh, the goblins are up there. Let's go do the goblins, and then we'll pick up the boxes on the way in. It ain't easy to ask, but I'm asking all the same, friend. 2 copper lures to get me back out to sea and put me Danielle's heart at ease. Oh, it is Daniel. Ah, I'll be damned. Me old copper lures. Never thought I'd see those buttes again. Bloody hell's them goblins sure saw to banging 'em up, but ain't gonna be catching no fish with these. Well, that's that. Must be Nald himself telling me to give up my sea legs. Might be there's a new life waiting out there, somewheres. Huh, maybe me compass'll lead me to it. Born and bred here I was, ain't never called no place else home. Times are changin' though. Suppose I could sell off me land to them bloody bussard prospectors and see what else is out there for me. Gods, those oafs better not have damaged my bags. Well, have you found them yet? Let's see. Yes, yes, and yes. Excellent. Everything is accounted for. These bags contain garments from sunsilk tapestries, though each is flawed in some way. In Udal, even a minor misthread is enough to turn the most luxurious gown into fodder for the furnaces. Not here, though. So long as these garments bear a famous name, the souls of the Silver Bazaar have no qualms with quality. These times used to be better. We were never driven to such lows, but Gale is harder to come by now, and more so with each passing day. All that's left to this bazaar are overly proud souls with underly developed taste. Everyone clings to the glories of the golden past, yet none make efforts to reshape the dismal present. I pray this damnable bazaar someday sinks beneath the sands that strangle it. The sooner the better. Alright, Kiki Poo, you gonna send me back to Scorpion's Crossing? And then we can head up to Horizon. It's terrible, Gale! Simply terrible! Please, you must help us. You've already done so much for us, I know, but we're in grave danger. Those fiends have drawn up a fake contract of sale and are trying to use it to drive us from the bazaar. Do you smell that, Kiki Poo? That is the smell of inevitability. That's from the Matrix. You knew this day would come. You simply chose to fill the interim with resistance rather than acceptance. Brave, but foolish. Back for more, Kenrick? How many times must I say it before it seeps into that thick skull of yours? I'll die before I see one ilm of this land fall into your hands. Easily arranged, I assure you. Come, Kiki-Poo, listen to reason. You know who we are. You know our deeds. You've no hope in this. Look at this miserable place, a stain on the map. You resist now, but I swear I will lay waste to these shabby tents and broken buildings, and when I'm finished, I guarantee you will thank me for it. You stupid, foolish man, you couldn't be more wrong. We may no longer boast the visitors or Gale of days past, but this is home to me and many more. Our memories are here, years worth of them, decades. We sweated together when we dug this well. We laughed and drank together in every festival, and we mourned together with each life the desert took from us. That is a Silver Bazaar. That is home. Those memories are what make this place, and I swear to the 12 above, I'll feed you and whatever masters you serve your own manhood before I let you destroy it. Stubborn girl, no matter. The sale is all but concluded. Look about you. Writs of seizure have already been posted. And I'd think not of taking them down, were I you. End this futile fight, Kikipoo. There are far more of us, and if you are truly willing to die for this place, we're more than willing to oblige you. Gale, please, the writs of seizures. You must tear them down and chase Kenrick from here once and for all. Well, that was a dramatic death. Can I kick your ass, too? I thought you might be along. Pity you're too late. The demolitionists are already on their way. Every building bearing a writ of seizure will be rubble within the hour. Oh, you mean these? The writs? What have you done? But that means my men. No, that's impossible. The day may be yours, but I will be back soon, and with far more fearsome company. You've made an enemy for life, you fool. I won't be content simply to see the bazaar struck from the map. No, I will not rest until its name is wiped from every history book in Eorzea. So Kenrick is gone for now, is he? That's certainly the brightest news we've had in a while, though I can't help but wonder what the more fearsome company he threatens to bring. I've never had a way with words, bloody paltry things, but we would like to thank you, Gale. You've not just saved a Silver Bazaar, you've saved me, you've saved who I am. I see now that I'll have to maintain constant vigilance to keep my home from harm, but it's a vigil I welcome. I'll stand up to any threat that comes through that gate. And we'll stand with you. What do you... Saw what ye did for us, having Gale here chase off Kenrick and all. It's true, there ain't much here worth fighting for, but it's homes, goddammit, and I for one ain't ready to give up on that just yet. Aye, this is home, and even if there's nothing left but sand and cracked stone, then I say we build something, right here, together. Thank you, everyone. Thank you so much, and most of all, thank you, Gale. There are no more fine garments of gold spun and brocade here, no more bustling port with ships full of cargo and fish, but the better days live on in our hearts. We are the Silver Bazaar, and it is us. Our memories, our past, our history, that is what makes this place. So long as we remain, so too does hope. You taught us what it is to defend the home we love, and from now on we'll do no less for ourselves than you've done for us. I've a final favor to ask you. This letter, I wonder if you would deliver it to Momodi for me when next you visit Ul'dah? She and I have been friends for many years. Let her read my words, and she'll be able to give you the reward I cannot. Not taking that all the way back to Momodi. We'll do that when we get after we finish that. For now, we're going to head up to Horizon, which I think I have to walk because there's no chocobo there. And I haven't unlocked that porter yet. Pretty sure it's not going to let me do that. Ooh, it will. Off we go. Let's attune and explore Horizon. Greetings, adventurer. If you have a moment to spare, I have a proposition that's guaranteed profitable and legitimate both. Tell me, do you know what a pisty is? It's a scalekin that looks like a snake, except it gets around on 4 legs. The creatures are wont to petrify their prey with their dreadful gaze before moving in for the kill. I want to get my hands on their eyes. Eyes of the serpent, they're called, and I need someone who knows how to handle deadly wildlife to do the procuring for me. If you could slay some of the beasts and bring me 4 of their eyes, I'll see to it that you're well rewarded. Sure. Most dire happenings are afoot. A most grave and treacherous trespass. Some unprincipled knave has been filching supplies from the storeroom. In order to apprehend this morally challenged rapscallion, I have procured 4 iron lake traps. To be really honest, however, I'm not entirely certain how these things work. Would you be so kind as to set them for me? Once you are done, please report to my fellow brass blade, Chechezen. He'll want to know that his traps are being put to proper use. Armor, hunt person, Moogle, mender, merchant. It's a pain in the arse checking every shipment out of Vester Bay, but somebody's got to do it. Otherwise, crates might start falling off the backs of the wagons, if you catch my drift. here? Have I ever actually been in here? That's not a real door. And that's not a real door. Thus the signs on it that probably say no entry in Eorzean. Lost, are you? If you want to know something, go ahead and ask. What kind of place is Horizon? It's busy as hell, that's what it is. Horizon's a waypoint for all traffic between Ul'dah and Vesper Bay. Everything loaded and unloaded off the docks passes through here. The constant stream of goods is why the merchants had that contraption installed in the Sunset Gate. Hauling cargo up and down the ramp is back-breaking work. Aye. Thanks to all this trade, Horizon's grown quite prosperous over the years. A lot of folk have gathered here as a result, not all of whom have good intentions. Which is why we are here, adventurer. Without us, the settlement would have been sacked long ago. Leave meat, battle warden. And there's Chichizen, who I'm eventually going to talk to. This never-ending procession of merchants will be the death of me. There must be an easier way to make honest skill, say fighting wild beasts in the Colosseum or some such. Now let's go kill the Pisties first, then we'll come back and do that. You've set those traps up for Fufulupa, have you? Excellent. Perhaps now we'll see who... Thal's balls in a knapsack. Are those my leg traps in front of the gates? A trader's chocobo could step right into that and lose a foot. I better disarm those things before someone important is horrifically injured. Yes, I know you were just following orders. It's Fufulupa, you see. He certainly means well, but disaster followed the man's like a behemoth chasing a butterfly. That's 4 eyes of the serpent I want. Slay as many piesties as it takes to procure them. About 4. The eyes. My thanks, adventurer. What do I mean to do with these things, you ask? Well, sell them, of course. They might not look like much at first, but if you dip them in an alchemical concoction, they transform into beautiful red gemstones. And these gemstones happen to fetch a handsome price in Gridania. Piesties aren't found in the Black Shroud, you see. As a merchant, it's my job to know such things. Really? Just 2 short little quests in Horizon? I'm good with that. On to Copperbell. I should be nervous about those things, but I'm way too high level. I have been an adventurer for long years and borne witness to many a pivotal moment in history. Though the times may have changed, the essence of our trade has not. Adventuring has ever been a quest for self-betterment through challenges freely faced, and ever shall it remain so. As an adventurer becomes more experienced, he will naturally acquire a love of justice and an understanding of the spirit of self-sacrifice. Such experience cannot be measured in any tangible way, yet it most assuredly shapes who we are, grounded as it is in the decisions we have made in our journey, and their consequences, good or ill. I sense the light within you, young one, and it tells me that you are destined for greatness. We found Dolores Bear and his entire party dead. The giants were thorough in their work. Aw, Dolores Bear's dead. Dolores. Judging by their tracks, it would seem that they tried to rush a horde of the creatures. I cannot say for sure what drove an experienced crew like theirs to throw caution to the wind, but I do have my suspicions. We are all our own worst critics, and our desire to better past achievements can rob us of good sense. Thus do we become more given to recklessness. While it is important to have goals, one must not fixate upon them to the exclusion of all else. Do so, and one will surely pay the price, as Dolores Bear and his comrades did this day. Aww, they're dead. Speak to you. We stone torches are in charge of security within Copperbell Mines. Access is restricted until we can better assess what exactly has transpired here. Only those with express permission may enter. And guess what? I have permission. There's been an incident inside Copperbell Mines. We are here to ensure that its effects are contained, but for your safety, I suggest you stay well away from here. What? You're the adventurer who's volunteered to quell the hackathon. I didn't think that Papa Shan would be able to find someone so quickly, if at all. The giants are content to wreak havoc inside the mines for now, but it's only a matter of time before they think to come outside. The sooner you seize them, the better. Make ready as best you can and enter at will. Don't think my buddy is actually paying attention, so we're just gonna head into Duty Finder and queue up. And if he resupplies before I get a party, that'd be great. If not, we're just gonna sit here and wait for a little while. If I had anybody in chat right now, this would be a nice time to chit-chat and get to know each other. How's your day? You washing your hands? Do you play? Instead, we got 1 DPS. I will continue filling out my Ishgardian Restoration log. Finish my yogurt. I'm not going to risk taking time to get more coffee. with a whole bunch of newbies. None of us are full job level. As such, I'll keep it a small dose. Okay, that person knows what they're doing. Slaves no more! Free! Free! Never again! Never! Nope, can't stun that. Woohoo! Two comms! Alright. Report to Painted Mesa. Back in the quicksand. So we're just going to go to the Aetheryte. Woot! I think I'm gonna play for another half hour. That'll get about a 2-hour stream, and then I'll probably end stream and see what else is going on today. Maybe switch over and play Raken, switch over and do some of my other games, not sit in this chair. All good possibilities. Why? What's this one? Oh, so you want to be a P list. No, I do not want to be a P list. Play adventure. Why not spend some of that hard-earned coin here at the markets? Go and treat yourself. You deserve it. That's gonna open up a duty. Okay. What's all this then? You got something for me? A letter? Now who would think to... Kiki Poo! Haven't had word from that old gal in ages. How's the dear doing? Let's see here. Aha! That's Kiki Poo, alright. Time was I used to call in at the Silver Bazaar quite often. This was back when it was still the busiest hub in Thanaland, mind you. Well, Kiki Poo and I used to stay up till dawn talking about, well, whatever girls do. Kiki Poo is the very heart and soul of that place. Hell, even most folk here in the city still remember her name. Breaks my bloody heart to hear her and them good folk were nearly forced from their land. Dirty business, that. But I'm not to the point of worrying just yet. I'd wager Gale to go boo poop That Silver Bazaar will be rallying back to its former glory afore long. In any case, I thank the 12 you were there to help them. Here, for you, on behalf of Kikipu and the Bazaar. Because those are level 8s, I will take the money. Ah, the Conqueror of Copperbell returns. Thanks to you, our mining operations can resume, and Old Doll have the materials she needs to rebuild. The entire nation's in your debt, friend. I'll share the good tidings with Papashan the next time I see him. As for you, you'll want to report to Momodi. It'll do the woman well to see you alive and in one place. That's not necessary for a cutscene. Shut your mouth, you thieving little swine. You stole from me. Don't even think to deny it. Dude, your hair is ridiculous. Please, sir, I didn't steal nothing. I bought this, paid for it with my own coin. What rot. You refugees are all the same. Couldn't afford maggoty mole meat, much less a choice cut of dodo. I'm going to say it one more time. Give me back what you stole, or I'll make you wish you'd never set foot in this town. By rights, I should turn you over to the Blast Braids, you know, help keep the streets safe for law-abiding citizens, but I'm a reasonable man. If you agree to serve me in whatever capacity I require, the authorities needn't hear of your crime. But I ain't done nothing wrong. 12 is as me witness. Please, adventurer, help me. I beg of ye. I swear on my mother's grave I didn't steal nothing. I bought this with the coin I'd saved. I only wanted to treat me children to a decent meal. And who the hells are you when you're at home? This dog's master? I've had enough of this mummer's farce. You lot, teach them a lesson. Uh-huh, yeah. Anybody else? That's right. Go down. I'm getting paid enough for this. Hey, where the hell do you think you're going? Thank ye, kind adventurer. Thank ye thrice over. Ugh, my head. Is Thinker gonna find me because I had just used the echo? I'd swear there were more refugees than when I last looked. And you wouldn't be mistaken. But it's been 5 years since the calamity. Why are they only coming here now? It's simple, really. While a number of hamlets survived the immediate aftermath of the calamity, many were no longer able to support their communities. The residents found their lands had either been rendered barren or cut off from trade routes, and problems like those aren't easily solved. Though they tried to make the best of it, it was only a matter of time before they were forced to abandon their homes and seek a new life in the city. I see. But the calamity affected the whole realm, didn't it? Is the same thing happening in other cities? If the talk is true, yes. Though perhaps our situation is more pronounced. Ul'dah has a reputation for being prosperous, so it's natural that the refugees would try their luck here first. My heart goes out to them, it truly does, but I would be lying if I said that I weren't apprehensive. I hope their presence doesn't foment lawlessness in the city. Well, if things do take a turn for the worst, we always have the immortal flames. I dare say the brass blades would welcome their help. The heroes who fought the Garlean Empire patrolling the streets for riffraff? It may well come to that. Impoverished and desperate as they are, you may be sure that some of the refugees will turn to crime. You know what this place is like. If you've no coin, you've no hope. What will become of our city? Not all refugees are bad, mind you. Some are able to find employment and lead honest lives. Dodo tenderloins, get your dodo tenderloins, guaranteed cheapest in Danalan. Thank you for your custom, madam. Please come again. Looking around, you'd think that Ul'dah was well on its way to recovery. But peer through the veil of prosperity and you'll see no end to the misery and suffering. Sir, are you all right? Ow, my head. Yeah, I'm good. Just verifying your story. Don't mind me. What now? You mean to threaten a defenseless citizen? What? Saw her buy that meat, you say? That's absurd. Aye, as did I. Leave the poor woman alone, you damnable vulture. Who said that? I will overlook this, but just this once. God bless the adventurer. If you hadn't come along when you did, who knows what that monster might have done. It don't bear thinking about. Even ever the selfless hero, I see. It's gotta be Thancred. Oh, Ishtola! It's been a while, adventurer. It's probably whoever is yours. I think I know that. I'm aware of that. This is whoever is yours. So it would be Thancred if I started in Thanalan. It'd be Yida and Papalimo, or one of them, if I started in Gridania. But because I started in Lenosha, Stola's here with me. I've been watching you closely ever since you flew out of Limsa. You discharged your duty as the Admiral's personal envoy with admirable humility, and you displayed unfaltering courage in the face of danger ever since. Whensoever you came upon those in need, you gave them succor with no thought of personal gain. In summary, you have demonstrated all the qualities we seek in an adventurer. For reasons I could not well explain, your every deed seems invariably to serve the general good, whether you mean it to or not. It is a happy knack, and one which speaks volumes for your character. Yet, for all your admirable qualities, it is your gift which intrigues me the most. I speak of the visions you experience, visions like the one you had mere moments ago, if I'm not mistaken. I can provide you with the means to understand them. An acquaintance of mine is blessed with the selfsame talent, you see. If you so desire, I can introduce you to her. She and I fight for a common cause, a cause which would greatly benefit from your support. If you would agree to lend us your strength, we would be glad to do all within our power to aid you in your personal endeavors. Think on my offer a while. Should you decide to accept it, pray speak with Momodi. The proprietress of the quicksand is a close friend and ally of ours. Inform her that you have been chosen by the Scions of the Seventh Dawn, and she will tell you where to find us. Ooh, I get to use my emote, or my special command in my chat. Hello, sir. If I take this opportunity, will I miss out on a better one? It's all so overwhelming. Maybe I should mull it over at the quicksand. Scenes like that are becoming ever more common, I'm afraid. Don't worry, though. If you work hard, you'll probably be alright. Saying that, if you ever find yourself in a spot of bother, come and see me. Just don't go pestering me every time you graze your knee, okay? Of course, I do enjoy hearing tell of a gentleman's woes with the womenfolk from time to time. My turn. Gale! Sorry to keep you waiting. I was just providing guidance to a fresh-off-the-carriage adventurer. But gods, it's good to see you safe and well. To look at you, no one would ever guess you'd been hard at it with the giants in the dark. You're every elm the adventurer Minu said you'd be, Gale. The station master will be overjoyed when he hears the news. Oh, Pabashan is the station master. I'm like, Mion isn't a he. Oh, before I forget, there's a lass here who wants a word with you. Didn't actually know her name, but hearing her description, I knew who she meant right away. It's Edda. Thank you for sparing the time. I realize you don't know me, but I've been longing to speak with you for a while now. My name is Edda. I'm an adventurer like you, though I'm not very good at being one, if truth be told. Anyway, I was adventuring with my friends in Gridania when... I'm sorry. We were in Gridania when the leader of our party was killed. His name was Aver, and he and I were to be wed in the spring. You may not remember him, but to say that he remembered you would be an understatement. He would sing your praises from dawn to dusk. He saw you for what you are, you see, an adventurer's adventurer. He swore that he would one day be like you. That's so not what it said, but that's what it meant. I believe that he would have succeeded had a fiend not robbed him of his chance. Since that day, I've thought long and hard about giving up adventuring. But when I think of the man you are, of all that you've achieved, I find that I am inspired, just as Aver once was. And so I've decided to start again in this venture. I will go back to the village of my birth and begin my training anew. But I wanted to meet you first, to ask you your name. Gale Fairheart. I shan't forget. Thank you, Gale Fairheart. I pray that we meet again. Fare you well. You're going to go psycho. Adventuring can be a cruel bleeding business. Time was, I didn't know why anyone would bother. When they first asked me to take charge of the guild here, I didn't want aught to do with you lot. Thought it'd be a right pain in the arse looking after y'all. But against my better judgment, I decided to accept the post, and I'm full glad I did. I feel privileged to be part of your lives. And that goes double for yours, Gale. Hey, what'd you say? You want to know about the Scions of the Seventh Dawn? They're beginning to move in earnest, then. Listen, Gale, the Scions ain't no ordinary folk. The work they do ain't no ordinary work. I know full well how capable you are, but even you would think twice about attempting some of the stuff they do. Knowing that, if you're still certain you want to get involved, I'll tell you what I can. You bet your bottom dollar. Of course, I can go be a warrior now, but, can I glamour it? Not that I have anything really to glamour, but... So you want to know more, do you? Well, that ain't a surprise. I swear, if I painted certain death on one door and limitless wealth on the other, 9 out of 10 adventurers would go through the first and the other bloke wouldn't be able to choose on account of being Uldan. Anyway, don't say I didn't warn you. First of all, if you're wondering whether you can trust these Scions of the Seventh Dawn, you can. They're good people who've made it their mission to solve some of Eorzea's most pressing problems. Of course, that ain't no small task, so they're always looking for dependable individuals to join them. Individuals like you, Gale. Now, I've been given leave to tell you where you can find the Scions, but you must promise to keep this information to yourself. As you can probably imagine, it's something Eorzean's enemies would very much like to know. The Scions are headquartered in Vestor Bay, out in western Thanalan. The place you're looking for is called the Waken Sands. Give your name to whoever's at the entrance, and you'll be let in. You're a man in demand, Gale, and the days ahead promise to be busy, but I hope you won't forget about them as helped make you into the adventurer you are. Drop in and tell them how you're faring from time to time, you hear? Right, well, I've said my piece. Off you go. Go to the Waking Sands. So we get to do this for the first time. I think that's how I made it work. No. What did I make this? Plus? There we go. First trip to the Waking Sands. So we'll head out to Horizon. Will my porter... Where's the damn chocobo? Considering all the other times it's let me go without having to unlock, you're not the right person. You're the right person. Nope. I have to walk. Sigh. Is there actually one over here? Yes, there is. I just have to unlock it. Okay, that unlocks dies. This is why we all resent how many times we have to go to the Waking Sands, and why I have the god now. Alright. City folk ought to thank us every day for our hard work. Vestur Bay may be Ulda's gateway to the Five Seas, but it's the dockmen who see that the shipments flow through it. I live to see my clients dressed with style and finesse. Only those I deem suitable are permitted to browse my stock. Well, this is a pretty kettle of fish. You'd think Rogadin would be too damn big to get seasick. Oh, adventurer. Yes, you there. Looking for some work, perchance? Name's Tatafu. I'm a merchant just back from Linsolawinsa, and I'm in a spot of trouble. Hired this big lug to make the deliveries, but what I got instead are a couple of chum pails badly in need of emptying. Can't let that stop me, though. Nanalai is the fisher out in Crescent Cove needs what I've got, and though this upchucking good-for-nothing'll be up and about by tomorrow, Nanalan isn't likely to stand the wait. Yeah, we'll see to that in a bit. I'm going to clear some stuff here, take care of what I can, and then head into... You are a... going for gold, brave new depths. Those are endgame ones. You're an ender. Ah, if I had a glamour. Glamour plate, cast glamour, green beret, and 12 prisms. Oh dear, 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 this will never do. My sense of aesthetics simply won't allow it. How can you go out dressed like that? That's a good question. My dear, if only you'd spare a thought for style and coordination. I hope your garb holds up during a scuffle, because there's little else going for it. That's it, I made up my mind. From this day forth, I'll take it upon myself to save you from any more fashion disasters. Let me see, so much needs to be addressed. Where to even begin? Be a dear and get me a drink. I'm feeling rather parched, and this matter is best discussed over a glass of something cold. Just go to the Pist and ask Falkland. I'll have some blood orange juice, and tell her to make sure there's no pulp in it. Now, off you go. And we'll also do the dyes. Ooh, you give me dyes. You there, yes, you, the decisively unfashionable adventurer. Gods be good, never in my life have I seen such an unapologetic focus on function at extreme cost of form. The mere sight of your fair eyes makes me bleed. As a lover of all things aesthetically pleasing, I cannot in good conscience allow you to continue roaming the realm in that sorry state. I believe your appearance can yet be salvaged through the use of color. I will teach you how to go about dyeing your outfit, but first I must have a drink. The heat is giving me a vicious thirst, and I won't be able to talk for any length of time. Be a dear and buy me a bottle of blood orange juice at the stall by the northern gates, would you? Once I have moistened my throat, we shall see to the business of remedying your appearance. Apparently I have a bottle of blood orange juice. Pray tell, have you brought me orange juice? Lest you have forgotten, the merchant who sells it can be found just inside the northern gates. Oh, look, I have 10. Phew, that's a relief. Finally, I can teach you how to bring color into your life. Listen well. Oh, I still have to talk to that person. There are handy items called colorants, which allow folk to dye their outfits a veritable rainbow of color. These colorants are so simple to use, adventurers have no excuse to be fashion unconscious. Lest you worry that dyeing will affect your garments' precious properties, you may rest assured it will not. The practicality you adventurers love so much will not suffer for a change in appearance, a change for the better. It should also gladden you to know that garments can be dyed repeatedly, so there is no fear of getting locked into one color. The garish pink that seemed like a wonderful idea after a dozen glasses of wine can be undone. And that is all you need to know about dyeing gear. Now, what are you waiting for? Get out there and bring some color into your life. Alright. Glamour! I want to glamour! And I want the Chocobo Porter. And I don't think you're in this room, I think you're in the one next door. But better safe than sorry. There you are. Oh, Swigrim must have sent you, did she? That woman. I've never known anyone so lazy. Would it kill her to come and get it herself? Here you are. You shouldn't let her push you around, you know. Give her an elm and she'll take a malm. Glamour, 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 glamour! So, how's the drink coming along? Oh, delicious! Nothing better on a hot day. Some say I have expensive taste, but life's too short to settle for second best. Of course, this extends to my choice of wardrobe, too. Now that I'm feeling refreshed, shall we get started? Do you know, dear, that you'd look a lot less drab if you knew how to apply glamours? What's a glamour, you ask? Well, they use a glamour prism as a catalyst to project the image of one item onto another. It's just an illusion, mind, but very convincing. That means the original object stays essentially the same. It just takes on a new appearance, that all. Remember, if you fancy a change, you don't have to stick with the same glamour. Just apply another one on top or use a glamour dispeller to return to the object to normal. Why sacrifice style for such humdrum trifles as durability or protection from bodily harm? Limitless possibilities for self-expression are just a couple of glamours away. Go ahead, give it a try. And do make it quick, dear, for my sake. I'm finding your uninspired attire more and more offensive with each passing moment. Glamour available. Yay! Absolutely glamorous. Oh, how to craft cover prisms. Okay, well, we're not going to do that. We'll just buy them. Because once we get our main class gear, that's really all we're going to be wearing. Because that's what he wears. Alright. No, I do not want to go down and do Crescent Cove, but I do want to do this before I call it quits. Get this over with, and then we can save some place that's a sanctuary. Deep in the desert of my heart, a lonely flower blooms. I have no idea what the tune is. Yearning for the heavens above, to quench my thirst for you. Tro-lo-lo-lo-lo-lo-lo-lo. Yeah! I knew what she was going to say. I would thank you not to sneak up on me like that. Now, please be advised that this is private property. Unless you have pertinent business here, I must ask you to... Here at the behest of Y'shtola. My sincerest apologies. May I please have your name? Gale Fairheart. Gale Fair... Ah, here you are. Ahem. I bid you welcome to the Waking Sands, headquarters of the Scions of the Seventh Dawn. My name is Tataru, and I look forward to assisting you during your time with us. The antecedent is within the Solar. I shall let her know to expect you. And now we finally get to pick up story and go fight a whole bunch of primals. Oh, it's been so long since I've been here. Let's explore first before we go into the Solar. I can't go this way. The antecedent made me an offer I couldn't refuse. Said that if I joined, I'd get to fight against the Primals and the Imperials, both to my heart's content. I know I could get the same by enlisting in one of them grand companies, but I've never been partial to salutin', if you know what I mean. The receptionist is something else. Did you perchance notice how small she's written her name in her roll? I couldn't make out a single one, no matter how hard I try. Sorry, just trying to make idle conversation. This whole affair has me all worked up. I thought for sure it was some sort of scam, that they were rounding up hapless adventurers for some nefarious ends. But now that I've seen the facilities for myself, I must confess it looks legitimate. Really? This is when we first meet you? I never paid attention to you until Stormblood. I had a dream unlike any other. I was myself, but then I became something more. When I spoke of it to others, they directed me here. Did you have one too? You look more like a monkey than a cat, Abada. Things you learn replaying and paying attention. I take it you are Gale Fairheart. Tataru sent word that you had arrived. Lady Minfilia has eagerly awaited your coming. This way, if you please. That's currently what I'm wearing. I'm currently wearing a magic mage one, so we'll take that.
So you're the adventurer of whom I've heard so much.
Been so long since I've seen my family all together.
Well met, friend. My name is Minfilia, and I lead the Scions of the Seventh Dawn. I have awaited your coming. Please, be at ease. You are among friends here. No doubt you are ripe to burst with questions. But have patience. All will be revealed in time.
Me ask questions? I'll just nod silently.
First, let me begin by telling you who we are and what we do. We are the Scions of the Seventh Dawn, an order that transcends political boundaries. Our single objective is the preservation of the future of Eorzea. Among our gravest concerns are the godlike beings known as the Primals. Their existence is a bane upon Eorzea, nay, the world at large, and we have striven to find a lasting solution to the threat they pose. Our order is home to a number of individuals who, like you, possess a rare and special talent. This talent takes various forms, but one holds particular interest for us. Tell me, have you ever experienced a sudden, inexplicable loss of consciousness? Have you ever had the sensation of being pulled away from reality? Felt as though you were hovering in space, a mind without a body? All these things are the manifestations of your talent. Yours is the power to transcend the boundaries of the soul, a power known as the Echo. The Echo allows you to pass through the walls of a man's soul and hear the resonations of his past. You will be there in his memories and see things as he saw them. You may even interact with that which you see, though you cannot change the outcome of events. For another blessing, the Echo will enable you to know a man's mind even if you cannot comprehend his words. In short, the Echo is a truly extraordinary power, and this power is strong within you. It is only a shame that we cannot use it whensoever we choose. That's right. I too possess the Echo. With that established, let us return to the subject of the Primals. So long as they exist, the realm cannot take so much as a single step towards true peace. Measures must be taken. Measures which transcend boundaries, be they of faction, race, language, or creed. And to do so, the Scions require the aid of those with our talent. Make no mistake, the Echo will be instrumental in dealing with the primal threat. Without it, we cannot hope to save the realm. I know not what it is you desire for yourself, nor what it was that first brought you to Eorzea. But I firmly believe that the power we possess was given to us for a purpose. Why else would the gods entrust man with a gift so extraordinary, if not to have him use it? And so I implore you, lend us your power.
Naturally, your aid will not go unrewarded. We are fortunate to have a number of influential allies, and a word from me they will gladly afford you certain privileges that might otherwise be denied to you. The right to employ retainers, for example. Are you familiar with them? They are individuals who may be relied upon to manage your assets and belongings on your behalf. The papers you requested, my lady? Thank you, Tataru. The pleasure is mine, my lady. By way of a welcoming gift, I have taken the liberty of adding your name to the retainer's registry. As of now, you are entitled to employ the services of a retainer. You will need to consult a retainer advocate regarding the particulars of this arrangement, but believe me when I say that retainers will prove invaluable to you in your adventuring endeavors. Let this gesture serve as evidence of our commitment to do all in our power to facilitate your personal objectives. In return, we ask that you aid us to the fullest extent of your talents. A mutually beneficial relationship, I am sure you will agree, and one which serves the greater good besides. Well, that was a veritable lecture, was it not? Forgive me, but it is important that all concerned are aware of what is expected of them. Now you know our purpose and what we can offer you. I invite you to consider joining us. When you have come to your decision, you may tell me without fear of censure. In good faith, I shall entrust you with the Order's password, which our members use to reach one another when afield. It is Wild Rose. Pray, keep it safe. Retainers now available. Now let me talk to Stola first. Our organization, the Scions of the Seventh Dawn, was formed through the union of two separate entities. The first was comprised of Charlian natives such as myself and was called the Circle of Knowing. See, these are the details I missed last time because I didn't talk to anybody. The second, made up of individuals that share your rare gift, was known as the Path of the 12. The terrible events that ushered in the Seventh Umbral Era taught us that only together may we stand against the evil that seeks to consume us. So, all you white-haired people, you are remnants of the Circle of Knowing. All us adventurers with the Echo, we were formerly the Path of the 12. And now together, we are the Scions of the Seventh Dawn. Hey, sexy. Summoning a primal is no small feat. It requires a tremendous concentration of aether, which is why the beast tribes go to such lengths to obtain crystals. Once they manifest in physical form, their unquenchable thirst for aether only grows stronger. They would drink the land dry with nary a thought to the consequences. Considering their fearsome strength, it could be well within their ability to do so. It is for this reason we must do our utmost to oppose them. Primal bad, primal suck up, aether. Aether life. Come on, Papalimo. Just trying to get you in view. While there are others who possess the Echo, none are near as strong as you with that power. Hence, our extremely high expectations of you. See, that's what we need to know. That's what we're still trying to figure out. Why is my Echo so much stronger than everybody else's? This place is called the Waking Sands, and it's our headquarters. It used to be somewhere else, you know, but then a bunch of things happened, and we ended up here instead. 7 waning moons see 7 suns rise. Divine order royals, fallen corpses writhe. Thus the divine chronicles seek to warn us once more. The meanings of these words now shines clear. They evoke the dire circumstances of this imperiled age. The realm doth shudder and twist, and the dawn lieth cowering neath the stifling blanket of night, and we abide. We await the coming of the unborn era's seed, the light which shall pierce the glowering darkness. And supposedly that's me. Alright, Minfilia, let's go. We Scions have but one objective, to safeguard the future of Eorzea. Among our gravest concerns are the godlike beings known as the Primals. Long have we striven to find a lasting solution to the threat they pose. Let's talk to the Elegants. I know not what it is you desire for yourself, not what it is that first brought you to Eorzea, but I firmly believe that the power we possess was given to us for a purpose. Pray consider this when you give me your answer, Gale. I will go whither the wild rose blooms. Yours is no small endeavor. The dangers are great. Nothing. Oh.
I take it you will help us. Wonderful! I knew you wouldn't let us down. But come, I would introduce you to your friends in the Order. Tell me, does the name Sharlayan ring any bells? It used to be one of Eorzea's 6 city-states, and was situated in the northwest of Aldenard. The Sharlayans were the keepers of wisdom both old and new. Their mastery over magic and ether was unsurpassed, and even the Garleans knew to fear them. Among their number, there were a noble few who devoted their lives to safeguarding the future of Eorzea. When the realm began its descent into chaos, and their countrymen fled for the motherland, they alone chose to remain here. These noble men and women were called the Archons. Those same brave souls stand before you now. The masked woman is Ida, and beside her is Popalimo. The two are charged with surveying the Twelveswood.
Hello there.
Welcome.
Okay, my turn to introduce someone. That there is Thancred.
He is our man here in Ul'dah, Jewel of the Desert.
Welcome to the team. If I may, the lovely maiden beside me is named Y'shtola. Limsa Lominsa has the pleasure of being under her care.
Greetings. I have been expecting you. Last but not least is Urianger, who presides over all affairs within these halls. Pray seek him out whenever you have questions.
Dawn may banish even the darkest night. The words of a dear friend. I'm glad of our meeting.
At the Battle of Carteneau, our leader was taken from us. But we did not stray from our purpose. We sought out Minfilia and others with her talent, and together established the Scions of the Seventh Dawn.
Along with the Archons, those blessed with the Echo play a pivotal role in our endeavor to forge a brighter tomorrow for the realm. Oh, I should also introduce you to Tataru, our clerk. She ensures that everything runs smoothly.
Pleased to make your acquaintance.
In time, I hope you will come to think of us as family. But without further ado, I would assign you your first task. Urianger, have the documents arrived from the students of Baldessian?
Aye, my lady. They arrived but recently.
We have received a request for aid from the Immortal Flames. Thancred, would you do the honors?
It would be my pleasure. Some days ago, a crystal caravan registered to Amagina and Sons mineral concern was waylaid and divested of its cargo. But there is more. Within a bell of the robbery, several people were reported missing from the shantytown outside the city.
At a glance, one would assume the involvement of bandits, kidnappers, and coincidence. Such crimes are hardly uncommon, and the Immortal Flames deal with their like almost every day. However, this time we have reason to believe that a primal is involved.
Aye, the evidence left behind implicates the Emolja, who are known worshippers of Ifrit. If we then consider the objects that were taken, there is no room left for doubt. The crimes were committed in the name of a primal.
That you may better understand the nature of our struggle with the primals, I would have you play the leading role in this investigation. You have my thanks. If there is aught you wish to know, I recommend you speak with Thancred. He is well versed in the affairs of Ulda.
Ever at your service, dear fellow.
Through this first mission, you will come to understand the nature of our struggle with the primals. The realm may appear well on its way to recovery, but reality paints a far bleaker picture. The truth is out there, Gale, and I would have you discover it for yourself. Ready to begin, are we? That's the spirit. So then, your mission is to investigate a crystal robbery and a spate of abductions. Crimes which we believe to have been connected. Assuming we are correct, it is like that any discoveries we make in relation to one will further our understanding of the other. Now, since the attack on the caravan, our friends at Amagina and Sons Mineral Concern have doubled security all over their shipments. In light of this, it is my judgment that the abductions should be our priority. According to our preliminary findings, the majority of the missing were last seen in the vicinity of Camp Drybone, so that would seem a fine place to begin. A fellow by the name of Isambard serves as the camp's de facto leader. Pay him a visit and see that he gives us his full cooperation. Alright, but instead of going to Camp Drybone, I'm gonna walk out here, chit-chat, see if there's anything else to chit-chat, and then head back to Ulda and call it a day for Gale. Because I was only gonna play for 2 hours, and now we're at 2.5 hours. Let's see what Y'shtola has to say. Our organization, the Scions of the Seventh Dawn, was formed through the union of two separate entities. The first was comprised of Charlie of natives, and I've already gotten this from you. Okay, so I'm pretty sure everything you're saying here is stuff, but you're new. Don't mind me, lad. I'm just here to deliver a shipment. Now, where shall I tell them to put it? Why don't any of these blokes know who I am? I swear I was one of them Scion of the Seventh Dawn. Only we didn't have such a fancy name back then, and the headquarters was in a far more convenient location. Ha ha! At least, I think it was. Or is me mind playing tricks on me? Gods, what's wrong with me? Why can't I remember it more clearly? Anybody back here? No. Okay. I talked to you three already. I'm guessing you're not saying anything different. Oops, you did say something different. They say that those of us who have seen the dream are chosen, that we have within us the seed of greatness, that we could be heroes. Even me, an Alamegan half-breed, cast out when his mother could no longer stand the sight of him, a half-breed who once took to banditry just to eat. I'm sure I'm just brimming with heroic potential. The robberies and disappearances? The Amalja are most likely the culprit, wouldn't you agree? Then again, this is Thanalan. One cannot discount the possibility that moneyed interests are also involved. Ha! So this boy has Garlean blood in him. Can't say I'm surprised. Everyone knows what happens when a city is sacked, even if the bards choose to admit that part. But Arnvald shouldn't be pitied. Boys like him have a clean slate, an opportunity to write their own story, free of the ties that bind the common man. Alright, are you two going to say anything different? I don't believe so. Nope. Oh, Ida. Alright. So, actually, I'll just log out here and then head that way and save. But we will come back to this area and do the little side quest over here next time. That'll be easy enough. And then we'll continue on to learn all about the primals. So, thank you all, and have a good rest of your weekend. Ta-ta!